Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Monique. I am a certified breathwork facilitator and a budding intuitive energy healer. You can find out more about my work at asanacoaching.com. In today's video, I wanted to explore the topic of automatic writing. What is it and how it can help you access your intuition? Automatic writing is a type of writing that involves the subconscious mind. It's usually done in an altered state, such as hypnosis, meditation, and breathwork. The effect of hypnosis on automatic writing have been studied extensively over the years, with researchers suggesting that it can provide insights into people's unconscious thoughts and feelings. However, some believe that automatic writing is a way to channel higher powers. Although no one can explain how it really works, I can share my personal experiences with automatic writing. Coming from a scientific background, it sounded a little bit woo-woo from my point of view, but as I was conducting an experiment, and it actually led to very interesting results. So let me explain. I started doing automatic writing when I was doing daily breathwork sessions to get through a very painful period of my life. It was 2022 and I was alone in France. I had to leave the Alps, my home, and I didn't know anyone or where to go. So being a sun lover, I decided to pack the car and headed down south. I didn't even know the region, so I ended up renting a few Airbnbs to explore it a little bit for a few months. But then by the time spring rolled around, the rentals were too expensive, so I had to settle somewhere. So what to do? So after each breathwork session, when we're in the trance state or non-ordinary state of mind, we're prompted with the question, what does my inner guidance want me to know right now? So during that time when I was contemplating where to get an apartment, the name of this particular village in Provence kept coming up again and again. So if something comes up once, maybe contemplate whether it means anything. But if it comes up again and again, I think it's good to pay attention. The thing is, I'd never been to this village before, but my intuition kept insisting on this particular name. And it kept saying something is waiting for me there. At this point, I had no other guidance to go on, so I got an apartment even without seeing the entire village. So my mom at this point thought I was completely insane, but I just knew my intuition was right, so I went for it. And a month later, I actually met my now husband and met a slew of really dear friends along the way. So it was the perfect move at the perfect time. So let's jump into the methods. So there are two methods to do automatic writing. One is after you do the breath work, you take a journal, and when you're prompted with what does your inner guidance want me to know right now, if there are words or sentiments that come up during your session, you start just writing, and it's amazing how just one word or one feeling, once you start writing it on paper, things start flowing much easier, and all of a sudden you're forming longer sentences and things start coming up in your mind, and you just jot down, or I try to jot down as fast as I can, because the thoughts come up much faster than I can actually write them. The second method is more related to channeling, whether it's channeling your higher self or a higher power. So according to science, our brains and hearts are like antenna and are able to pick up subtle information. So to start automatic writing, grab a notebook, sit up straight, put your feet on the ground, close your eyes. Imagine yourself surrounded by white light. If you believe in spirit guides, ask them to provide information that is only for your highest good. You put your pen or your pencil directly on the page without your hand touching the page, so just lightly on the page, and just let the information flow and see what happens. So the first time I did automatic writing, I just randomly took colored pencils. I couldn't really see anything, right? It was just random squiggly lines. But then eventually, as I practiced, some words started to form. Eventually, every time I would start a session, it would start off with, "I love you, Monique." And what's interesting is that script is always the same in terms of the way that the letters are written. It's not the way that I would normally write my name or I would write love, but every time I would do it, it would always be in the same style. It's not as if I can even replicate it in my normal life, but it's just something that comes out. And what's interesting is that if you ask questions, you might get an answer, either a word, or even, it would be a word on the page or even in your head. It just helps with, again, parking aside your thinking mind and just allowing the subconscious to come through and to send you messages that you might want to hear. With any spiritual practice, I think it's good to approach it like a child would, with a lot of fun, lightness, and joy. And that's what it should always be, not to take it too seriously. So I hope you enjoy it, have fun. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.